Hello guys, this is Yash Sharma. I am a legal intern in the Lexis and Company in virtual internship program. So my today's topic is that trial procedure in High Courts and Sessions Court. So I'm turning my camera because I want to see my flowchart procedure for trials in High Courts and Sessions Court. The trials in the High Courts and Sessions Court are both are same. So I am showing my single flowchart which discuss about starting to end procedure in the High Court and in the High Court and Sessions Court trial procedure in a flowchart format, and I'll be discuss the whole flowchart in a elaborative way. Okay, so now I am turning my camera. Now I am turned my camera, and we see that there is a session. We see that the flowchart of the sessions trial, the sessions trials and the High Court trial both are same. So we will consider this flowchart for the sessions trials and High Courts trial by the High Courts. And so sessions trial, the CRBC chapter 18, section 225 to 237. Firstly, the charge sheets by police officer in section 173 submitted by the police officer from a police station and made by the particular investigation officer, this charge sheet forwarded to the MM and JM of first class, section 207 or 208 under Metropolitan Magistrate and the Judicial Magistrate of first class. This is a committal, section 193 read with section 209 Sessions Court, and after that the procedure comes to a Sessions Court. Sessions Court and Sessions Court are argument on charge, section 226. After this charge, it will be discharged by the all of the offenses to the accused, and it will be framing of charge. Okay, and after the framing of charge, he will be found guilty, plead guilty. If he commit that plead guilty, then he will convicted by the court. And if he claims trial, to the trial will be come further in the prosecution evidence. In this prosecution evidence, it will become under in the prosecution evidence, the examination of witnesses, record of evidence, argument, and the examination of accused. These four things are comes under the prosecution evidence, and after that it will be found acquittal, so it will be released. And after he found guilty, then the defense evidence will be produced. In the defense evidence, the argument of the argument of on the evidence also, and the examination of witness and the record of evidence also considered as similar as the evidence of defense evidence. And after that, the statement of accused also recorded under section 313 clause 1 subclause B. After that, the argument on section 234, argument under section 234. After that, the submission of argument. Then the court pronounced the judgment. The court pronounced judgment. If he found not guilty, then it will be acquittal, and if he found guilty, then the court convicted the accused, and the quantum of sentence and the previous conviction both are considered in the punishment. Okay, so this is the flow chart. If anyone wants to that the flow if anyone wants to screenshot, to please take it from this flow chart. Okay, yes. Then this flow chart we will discuss in a elaborative way. We will discuss about this elaborative way. The sessions trial start from the parties. The victim is presented by the public prosecutor, and the accused is presented by the defense counsel. the accused is found his own defense counsel, is it okay? Then if the accused is not found any defense counsel, so the court is provided a defense counsel to the accused, and the defense counsel fight the case in the favor or in the prevention of the accused, on the state bear the expenses of the and state bears the expenses of the accused side. After this, the prosecution side opening the case, and prosecution start the allegation against the accused on the accused allegation on the accused, and presented the evidence against the accused in the courtroom. After that, discharge of accused. If the court record all of the evidence and the allegations, see that there is no sufficient ground or to the accused, so the court release the accused and discharge the accused after the submission of the proceeding by the prosecution counsel. After that, the framing of charges. The framing of charges on the side of the court. If the court found any ground for the trial, so the court starts the framing of the charges, and the defense and the prosecution counsel initiate the proceeding of the framing of charge on the accused. After this, the explaining the charge to the accused, and explaining the charge to the accused and inquiring about plea. In this, in this explaining and inquiring about plea and explaining the charge to the accused, in this that the prosecution counsel and the court explaining the whole charges which are imposing on the accused, are explaining to him and ask him to plead guilty or not, or claim trial. If he plead guilty, then it will be conviction on the side of the court. And if he found claim trial, then the client will be then the claim trial will be further going on. The next step is that conviction on plead guilty. If a accused is found plead guilty, then the court convict him and given his judgment. But if he claims trial, then the prosecution counsel further initiate another procedure, and the prosecution counsel is eligible to examination of witnesses, record of evidence, examination of accused, or other further thing which will tell you further in this video ahead. The date for prosecution evidence. If the accused claims trial and claims trials, so the court decided a date on the for the prosecution court fixed a date to the prosecution counsel to just a minute to for the examination of witnesses, application of the prosecution, issue any process for the compelling the attendance of any witness, any other, and the production of any document, other thing under section 230 of CRPC. What type of evidence for the prosecution is the examination of witnesses. Means that prosecution counsel is in this trial, the prosecution counsel is eligible to examination the witnesses under section 231 clause 1 of CRPC, and court may permit cross examination any witness in the court and recall any witness until the further cross examination. Next, record of evidence. In the record of evidence, the court record the all evidence which is given by the prosecution counsel in the court, and the judge himself in writing and dictation in open court under his direction, superintendence by an officer of the court. All the evidence in the record under this procedure. And if the prosecution also given any another evidence, so the another evidence, so the evidence given in the court language, if the evidence is not available in the court language, then the prosecution counsel liability to convert the language of the evidence in the court's language. Next is arguments on behalf of prosecution. And in this procedure, the examination of accused. In the examination of accused, the prosecution counsel examine the accused at any stage, at any stage, and every trial proceeding or date, and call accused in the court and examine the accused, and may at any stage of the accused in the court. If the court found necessary to present the accused in the court, so at any stage the court can call accused to the for the examination of accused at any stage. Next is acquittal of accused after hearing the parties. In this acquittal of accused after hearing the parties, both the parties discuss and proceed and presenting his evidence. Then the court decide that the court decide that if the accused is found guilty or not. If he found not guilty, then the court release the accused, and release the accused, and there is no evidence, so then the court discharge the accused. Next is evidence for defense. Evidence for defense means that if the court is not found guilty, then the defense counsel is also presenting his evidence before the court, because the accused has also right to present his evidence in the court form of written statement of accused and the record of evidence. In the written statement of accused, the accused is presenting his written statement as evidence in his favor, and record of evidence. And in the previously, the record of evidence will be done by the court. So the accused is also presenting the record of evidence as in his favor. Court witnesses. Court can necessary, if necessary, summons or examine any witness. Any witness can call any witness at any time for the further trial. Okay. So next is arguments. So there is a submission of defense evidence and prosecution evidence and defense evidence. So the defense counsel can raise his law-based point or law-based and questions regarding the framing of charges on the accused, and the arguments will be going on till further order when the court submission the arguments. The next procedure in the trial is that the judgment. The court if found guilty or not to pronounce his judgment. If the court finds that the accused is guilty, so then the court consider the previous convictions and quantum of previous convictions and the quantum of sentence when pronouncing the judgment or when pronouncing the sentence or punishment to the accused. Thank you. That's it. This is the trial procedure in the high courts and the sessions court. Thank you for this.